I was 7 when my dad got sick. We lived in a quiet town, far from the city. Dad always said it was peaceful here, but after that autumn, peace became the last thing I felt. It started with something small. Dad came home one evening with a scratch on his arm. He said a stray dog had startled him near the shed, but he scared it away. Mom wanted to take him to the doctor, but he laughed it off. "It's nothing," he said. He didn't know that, at that very moment, something was already changing inside him. 3 weeks passed. Dad started acting differently. At first, he seemed tired, irritated over little things. Then he complained about the heat, even when the house was cool. Then came the strange moments. I first noticed it at dinner. He reached for his glass of water, but suddenly his hand jerked away. "Are you okay?" Mom asked. He hesitated, then forced a smile. "Yeah, just a muscle cramp." But the next day, he couldn't drink at all. I heard him in the bathroom, trying to take a sip of water. The moment he did, he gasped and backed away. "Dad?" He didn't answer. He just looked at me. And in that moment, I saw something in his eyes. Fear. Dad became quiet. He started pacing through the house at night. His hands trembled. His eyes looked distant. One evening, I saw him staring out the window at the rain. He wouldn't move. "Mom, what's happening to him?" I whispered. She didn't answer. She just held my hand, her grip shaking. "We need to get help." But by then it was too late. I woke up to strange sounds, a muffled noise, like someone moving restlessly in the dark. I got out of bed. The house was silent. Then I heard breathing, heavy, uneven. I peeked into the hallway. Dad was standing there, his face pale, his hands trembling. "Dad?" He looked at me, but for the first time, I wasn't sure he recognized me. His lips moved. "Water." I felt my chest tighten. "Mom?" I called. She appeared behind me, her eyes filled with worry. "Dad, we're going to get help," she said softly. For a moment, his expression changed, as if somewhere deep inside, he understood. But the illness had already taken over. They took him to the hospital the next day. I never saw him again. Mom told me he was calm at the end, that he wasn't in pain anymore. I read about it later. Rabies has no cure. Once symptoms start, it's too late. I remember his eyes that night. They were full of something I still can't forget. Not fear, not anger, just a silent plea. "Help me."